Hey, it's James, Fathers Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. Remember to go to my flow page where you'll find contact information, one touch button. You can get into an email, call me, text me by just touching one button once you get in that page. Explanation of my store, my rates for consultations, a bunch of free information that every dude should be using in their court papers, and some links to resources in other states and a bunch of other free stuff in there. So, this whole idea of building a case, let's wait till she commits contempt again and again and again and again. Let's wait until trial. Let's put that off until trial. Bull crap! If somebody steals your car right now and then you find it down the street, they abandon it down the street or a couple miles up the road, and then it gets jacked again. And then again, you're saying, I'll wait till they do it 20 times so then I really have a great case. You call the cops every single time, don't you? So why don't you call the contempt police on the mother every single time? How come your kid is not as valuable as your car? Doesn't make any sense, does it? By the time you roll around to trial, if you got your baby's mom or those of your women followers, your ex-husband or baby's dad, you got them found in contempt 2 or 3 times, that's grounds to go for custody. They can't even follow a court order forcing them to let you see your kid when there's people out there. And see, when you go to court, if you argue stuff this way, I have a video where I talk about piling it on. If you go to court and say, look, any normal, reasonable human being would say, I want you to see your kids. Your kids need you. I found you a great candidate to create kids with. Here's your kids, even though we didn't get along. Even though I hate you or you cheated on me or I don't like you or our relationship didn't work out, your kids, I love your kids more than I hate you or have an agenda against you. So I'm not going to use the kids against you. Here's your kids. I would tell a judge, look, any reasonable, normal person wants the other parent to see their kid. I had to get a court order to force her to let me see what's mine, to let the children have a basic life need of a father. All the statistics and all the data and all the science, everybody in society is saying it's horrible for kids to not have an involved father. We're crying out to fathers to step up to the plate and get involved. Nobody needs to be told that except this woman. I had to get a court order to force her to, and then when she's ordered by the court order is presumed to be in the best interest of the children, because you have to do what's best for a kid, right, Your Honor? So it's presumed the court order is in the best interest of children. Not only did she disobey a court order and disrespect the court and thumb her nose at the court and flip the court off saying, I don't care about your legal authority. Not only that, she defies the best interest of the children and what's best for the kids. She would rather not do what's best for the kids. She violates what's best for the kids. The average parent will do what's best for the kid. Look out for their safety. Look out for their welfare. Feed them and clothe them. Comfort them when they're upset or sad. They do what's best for their kids. Your court orders what's best for the kids, and she refuses to do it. So she wouldn't do it before and use her own conscience like normal mothers with a maternal instinct. Then I force her to, and she defies the court order and disrespects the court and thinks it means nothing. And a byproduct of that is she's defying the welfare and the best interest of the children. She doesn't care about the children. She hates me more than she loves the children. The children are a weapon that she uses against me, as if the children are inanimate objects to be used as a tool or a weapon. And if you wait to do a contempt when it comes to trial, you got like 13 or 14 incidents of contempt, and they give her a slap on the wrist and a warning the first time. Where if you do a contempt, like it's May right now. Let's say there was a contempt every month since like November. You could have got a warning in November. Then she's really doing it in December, she's defying their warning and their admonishments. Now it's really, really contempt, so they really should find her in contempt. You get a contempt. Maybe you have a couple more contempts. Now you have a record of it instead of going in with nothing into trial. It's stupid to wait to build a case later on. That's asinine. That's idiotic. You shouldn't have to be told this. You should figure this out on your own. You should have a conscience to say, this doesn't make sense to not hold the mother accountable and wait for accountability 8 months down the road when 95% of court cases settle out of court. We're likely going to settle out of court. So there will be no accountability. You know, people say, wait to do a deposition and then we'll really get the questions right before trial. We'll really get answers. You're going to court, like let's say you went to court last November for a temporary order. It's 6 months later. Now you want to hold her accountable. Now you want to catch her in lies. Now you want to show her contradictions. Now you want to attack the root of her case. You've already been on 2 hours of supervised visitation for 6 months. You could have destroyed her argument back then. Fight now. You're getting screwed now. You're getting attacked now. If you're losing a war and people are bombing the crap out of you, let's say Canada bombs America and I live in Washington, so I'm up on the northern border. If Canada bombs us and we're like, and then they start moving into Washington, Montana, Minnesota, North Dakota, all those northern states, and we back up and hope they go away, and then we back up and hope they go away. We should have been bombing or striking or fighting back right from the beginning to stop them from taking stuff away. You know, if you wait on the contempts, that's time you'll never get back again, ever. And if you would have done contempt in November, she might not have violated it in December. I mean, who wants delayed justice? Who wants to wait to hold somebody accountable? If you're late for your job or you miss work or calling sick all the time, are they going to wait down the road till you do it over and over and over again before they deal with it? Especially if they really need you at work? I mean, you should use your conscience. When something doesn't seem right, don't do it. Or do the opposite. When it seems wrong, like I should be holding her accountable, I should be doing a contempt motion, I should be getting on the offensive. Do it! Why are you listening to some numbnuts idiots who only exist to make money off of this stuff? They don't care about your kid or kids. Well, we'll just save it and see what happens and see what she says. I have all kinds of people. I tell them, get on the offensive. Ask for a restraining order from the beginning. Say the other side's abusive. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to attack them. They're doing the things like abusing the kids, withholding the kids. Women will tell guys, well, I'll just call the cops and lie and say you committed domestic violence. Get on the offensive and nip that in the bud now. Your life with your kids is ever. The first time if somebody walks up to you and threatens your kids or bullies your kids right in front of you or nearby, are you going to wait until that happens 4 or 5 times and they're traumatized? Or some bully slaps your kid around before you do something with the school or whatever? We would take care of that stuff immediately if it's not a mother. We're so freaking stupid and such punk-ass bitches. All this stuff, we would never let a stranger molest our kids, beat up our kids, bully our kids, talk smack to our kids, mistreat our kids, yet we let the mother do it because she's titled mother. You see how stupid we are? You see how I get so frustrated? I watch this day after day after day. And I tell guys, I won in court. Thousands of my clients have won in court, and this is what it takes, and that should be enough for people to believe me. But they question it, and like, no, that their feelings get in the way, and their ass-kissing, henpecked, whipped punk asses have been controlled by the mother so long they don't have the balls to stand up and rescue the kid. Again, you'll do it with a total stranger. If some kid is fighting your kid in a play area at the mall, you'll shut that down right away so your kid doesn't get it. But the mom is sitting there traumatizing your kid mentally and psychologically. You'll tolerate that because down the road we'll do it at trial. It doesn't make any sense. I'll tolerate missing out on time with my kids. I never get back because I'm waiting for a strategy down the road. That doesn't make sense and it doesn't sit right with you. Follow your conscience. Stop letting that inner bitch tell you to just obey what everybody says. Because guys that don't listen get screwed.
you.